Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer is Best, and I got my 1966 Chevy C10 truck sitting out here in the driveway. I was just playing with it for a few minutes. It's probably 96 degrees here in East Tennessee, and I know it's unusual for me to say this. I know it is. I must be cracking up in my head, but we could use some rain. We could really use some rain, and so I've been praying for rain. Believe it or not, as much as I complain about rain, we either have too much, where it's every day for 3, 4, 5 days or more, or, we have a drought. We haven't had rain in several weeks as of this video. So I just thought I'd get the 66 out just for a few minutes. I can't stand to be in the house for too long. I go nutty. But I got a few things I was wanting to show y'all, and y'all need to tell me if you think I'm gumming it up. Okay, I don't want to gum this truck up. I want it to look somewhat neat, somewhat, kind of clean looking, as I've been saying. If you're new to the channel, this is it. But I'll show you what I got in my hand, and I don't know if I'm going to do any of this or not. But I got some stickers, and this is I always like this sticker. I've had them on just about every C10 truck I've had. I know I've had them on my 62s when I had 62 Impala Super Sport, the 62 Impala 2-door Sport Coupe, the Bel Air wagon. I've had a bunch of 62s, but I thought I might put this on. Now you probably notice. See the quality control, GM is upside down. It's a joke. I mean, you could turn it this way too, but it's saying that the quality control is not much. It's just a joke, guys. But I thought maybe, I might cut it and make it a little bit smaller and stick it up there and get me some steel wool or something, and kind of scuff it up where it looks, maybe kind of matches this Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance sticker. There's one on each side that was on the bumpers when I got it, and I'm not taking them off. They just look great. But y'all let me know what you think about that. Maybe putting it on the bumper somewhere, just for a giggle, where somebody looks at it 2 or 3 times saying, what is what is that? Anyway, I got this one, and I got, I'll set it here in the shade. It is hot out here. Got this Got Rust sticker that I put on a lot of my C10s. Thought about, of course, it won't look like this. This is just the background that you peel off. But putting it in the center of the windshield. I got one truck that's got that. Which one is it? Oh, that 1984 Chevy truck, left turn Bill. And I got a black one too. Maybe the black one. I just want it where you can kind of see it, but not, not be sticking out, where you see it. This would be black, that's all you'd be seeing. You'd have to look to really see it. And of course, I got our wonderful country, United States of America. I thought about sticking it right there. Thought about it. But like I said, sometimes little is more. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. What do y'all think? Maybe I shouldn't put any of them on. I was just kind of looking around. And, this one's had a lot of rust fixed on it. This 66. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. I got these here. Let's play this game. If you was going to put one on, if you was going to put a sticker on, would you put on this one where you can just kind of barely see it? Well, both of them you just barely see. See the outline there? Maybe you can see it. That's all you're going to see. This white background, all of it will be gone. You just be seeing the words. So maybe this would go good. Kind of match the grill, maybe. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty close, isn't it? Well, I mean, y'all probably can't tell. The sun is so bright today, guys. But anyway, y'all. Okay. What do you think? I'll call this I call this the black one, the silver one. So if you do want to play along, you can. Would you put this United States on? I'm proud of our country, but we sure could use some help, couldn't we? And would you put this on the bumper or leave it off? What do you think? I always thought that was funny, but I'd cut it down and make it a little bit smaller and make it look like it's been on there for years, hopefully. Anyway, let's put this stuff up. I just kind of playing around in my mind, and I thought, well, I'll ask y'all, see what you think. Let me set this over here because I don't want to leave them out in the sun too long. Okay. I was also going to show you this my wife found that I thought she thought kind of went along with the truck, just for giggles. She found this old-timey thermos. That's kind of cool, isn't it? She said, Jimmy, I think that'll look good in the truck. And maybe it will. Maybe I can. I don't know. See, it is Thermos brand, but I don't know. Anyway, I stuck it there just so I wouldn't lose it. And I found me a toggle switch. Might do some work on this truck later, but it is way too hot today. This is the insides of the truck. Let me show you this first. Okay. I'm going to stand here in the shade and I'm going to show you the truck. Stand here in the shade for just a moment. Okay. I'm going to, if you're new to the channel, I'm going to make this really brief. Really brief. This truck is a pieced together truck. And you'll figure out what I'm going to ask you here in just a minute. It's a pieced together truck. The different trucks donated different parts to make this one truck. It's a 66. Okay. If you keep watching the video at the end of the video, I'll try to show you what the truck looked like when I got it, when I bought the truck. My wife and I rattle canned the truck. It was a what I call plain Jane truck. It didn't, I know my longtime subscribers is tired of hearing me say this, but all this stuff wasn't on the truck. None of this stuff was on the truck. The C10 emblems, the wheels, nothing. I mean, it's sitting on a 72 C10 truck frame. The bumper guards are not on the truck. This is a powder coated grill that we bought. And let's see what else. I don't know, this truck's changed so much, and it's got a 92 350 motor in it now. It's still 3-speed on the column. I'm telling y'all all this because I'm going to ask y'all a question. I put new door rubber on it, the door seals. I mean, Tim Dixon, Gas Axe Chop Shop, done all the metal work. There's no rust in the truck. If there is, it's just surface rust. We're into patina style, so we done all this. Brought all this out from this truck. Not hiding nothing, guys. Not hiding nothing. I done all this where it looked like it. Just thin. It's a 66. We two-toned the truck. I just love this look. Anyway, I put more patina on here and here, because this is the driver's side, right? Where your arm's hanging out. Just stuff like that. I done all this myself. And, okay, with that being said, with what I just told y'all. Oh, by the way, let me finish this. Tim Dixon's on Facebook. If you type in Gas Axe Chop Shop, that's where you'll find Tim Dixon. Gas Axe Chop Shop. He does all the metal work for me. Put the exhaust on. He done a ton of work on this truck, and I've got lots of videos on it if you'd like to check it out. And my buddy GM1038. Now you need to subscribe to his YouTube channel, GM1038. He put the motor and transmission and lowered it, put the wheels and tires on it. He'd done tons and tons. Him and his dad Charlie are good folks. They're all good folks. I don't hang around folks that ain't no count. But okay, I get some people on YouTube that, and I appreciate the comments. I do. Good constructive comments. Don't need no negative, hey, you done this wrong kind of stuff, unless it's constructive. Okay, Now, when you watch the pictures in the end of this video, I'll try to show you as much as I can. But this truck, like I said, sitting on a 72 truck frame. And it's sat in garages. The guy that had this truck last, it sat in his garage for 17 years. And the guy that was actually working on the truck, piecing it together, I don't know how long it sat in his garage. So this truck has been off the road for years and years up until we got it going. My friend's helping me, of course. But if this was your truck, if this was yours, would you have painted it this color? This is called almond gloss, rattle can painting, almond gloss. And we put penetrol on it to make it look like it's got clear coat. I've got lots of videos on how to do this. And we, like I said, we put our own patina on it. You know, just where it looks like it's an old paint job or the original paint job. Okay, if this was your truck, would you, after looking at the pictures at the end of this video, would you have kept it stock height and put the, you know, original style wheels on it? You know, the, I don't know, I guess the dog dish hubcaps. Would you have even painted it this color? Would you have done that? Or, you know, a lot of, you know, some folks say, you know, I'm on Instagram, primeatisbest, Facebook, primeatisbest, and you know, my email's primeatisbest@comcast.net. I get all kinds of folks saying, you know, maybe Jimmy, that's my name, Jimmy. Maybe you should have done it this way. You know, maybe you should have done it that way. You know, if it was my truck, I'd have done this or done that. Well, what would you do? You know, I pretty much started out with a blank slate. What would you have done? Really, what would you have done? Would you have set it up four-wheel drive? I see a lot of them. Let me take that back. I'm going to stand in the shade, guys, for just a moment. It is hot. I see a lot of folks that, if you do see one of these trucks, sometimes they're on different frames and they're setting up four-wheel drive style. You know, four-wheel drive truck rallies or some kind of aftermarket wheels on it, you know. Would you have done that to this truck? Or would you have kept it two-wheel drive? Now it's 5-lug because it's 72 truck frame, which gives me more wheel options by far over 6-lug. Or if he's going to paint this truck, if this was yours and say like you had it four-wheel drive, would you have painted it red and white, or just all red, or would you paint it blue and white? I've seen the colors on 66s and they're all pretty. They really are. They're all pretty. They're good looking trucks. But you know, what color would you have painted it? Let me know what you think. Or would you have even painted it at all? Or just kept it, you know, different colors? Like I said, keep watching the video to the end, please. And let me know what you would have done. Would you have run the exhaust out the back? Would you have run or do it like I done, you know, dual exhaust on each side? Tim done a fantastic job on the exhaust. Would you have put these wheels on? You know, like I said, what would you have done? What would you have done? Would you have painted it a different color? You know, we put all this wood and stuff in here, and this truck's, it's amazing how much was done in a few months with people like Tim Dixon and GM Tim 38, his name's Brian, and Charlie and Waylon. I mean, and just, I think I got this truck, I'm just guessing, I think I got it in October of 2023, maybe September of 2020. I want to say October, maybe November. Remember, I got a video of it when we first got it. I'm thinking somewhere in that time frame, give or take. But now, here it is. I'll say it's July, because this sure does feel like July. It feels like August. But what would you have done? Would you have, I'm just getting your opinion. I get so many people say, well, you know, if you'd have done this or if you'd have done that, well, what would you do? Would you have put this stuff on, you know, like I said, or would you lift it off, just made it, you know, all one color, not two-toned it, you know, maybe all red? If I remember right, if I remember correctly, the bed was reddish orange, the hood was reddish orange. One fender was black, one fender, see, one fender, I can't remember. But anyway, I should remember, but I can't remember nothing anymore. But, you know, what would you have done? And, you know, would you have now this truck's been lowered a lot. It rides great. Would you have put the gas tank in the back? And I get people saying, you know, well, Jimmy, why didn't you put the gas tank in the back? Well, I was just trying to get it up and running. And, you know, this is a new gas tank. You know, new gas lines, new brake lines. I mean, this whole truck is underneath is all rebuilt. You know, new. Yeah, maybe I should have put the gas tank in the back, but it's okay, guys. I mean, no big deal. I mean, I'm just asking your opinion. You know, it's easy, you know, to say, well, you know, well, hey, you know, Jimmy, you done this wrong. You know, the truck would have looked so much better. You know, red and white, blue and white, green and white, or teal. Teal, that's the color. Teal. That's what color this cab was. Teal. Teal colored. Yeah, I forgot. This was teal. And anyway, when we took the bed and stuff off, you know, we painted all up in here. Almond gloss on each side. You know, I'm not going to take it apart. It is what it is. But, you know, it's easy for folks to say, you know, well, hey, Jimmy, you know, you messed up. You shouldn't have done it that color. You know, what was you thinking? What was your reasoning behind it? You know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, as I said, we rattle can everything. I can't afford a big paint job and can't afford a bunch of body work done on nothing either. And if you are new to the channel, I leave all my weld scars where you can see them. There's a big weld scar right there that Tim done on both sides. He fixed the rockers, cab corners. Like I said, the exhaust. Tim done some floor work on this thing too. I mean, Tim, I hope that you'll check him out. Tim Dixon, Gas X Chop Shop. He done a ton of work on this truck. But I mean, he does great work. And I mean, I was interested in this truck, like I said, because most of the time up in here is rotted out. This one is not. This one is not. It still needs lots of things done to it. And, you know, I get people saying, well, when are you going to do this or do that? Well, if you kind of look, I mean, it's still a long ways from me having this truck a year, and I think this thing's done a complete transformation in less than a year, in less than 6 months, 5 months. I mean, I think it's done a complete transformation from what it was. When you look at the pictures, you'll see. But like I said, at the same time, just kind of look at it to yourself and say, you know, well, Jimmy, if you'd have done this or done that, you know, well, tell me, what would you have done different? Because this is, when I was going to paint this truck, I knew I was going to paint it rattle can painting, and I'm standing in the shade again. I didn't really know what color to pick. My wife and I were looking, you know, rattle can painting. Went to our local co-op and we're looking at color selections. And when you do that, you have to pick out a color that has enough cans of the color in order to paint the truck. Now I'm saying this probably took normally, like on a square body, you know, I'm looking at between 14 and 16 cans of rattle can paint. You know, normally, because sometimes, you know, you think of things that, well, I need to do the door jambs, which I did, and need to do under the hood, which I did. You know, all kinds of things, and you know, so I'd rather have too many cans instead of me having to make another trip to town. So I mean, that was one factor. And then, like I said, my buddy, GM Tim 38, I know I've showed y'all this before in videos, but he bought his daughter a 66 Chevy truck like this, you know, a toy, and it was this color. And so, you know, I thought, well, you know, that's a pretty color. And my wife's seen the picture he sent. We was at the co-op and he sent us that picture, and he said, I think it'd look good like this. And by golly, he was right. So I really like this color too. Now, in the beginning, I had question marks, but looking at it now, I mean, I like this color, almond gloss. So, but I mean, would it have looked better? Maybe red and white, or just red, or just blue, or just teal. 66 Chevy colors. I tell you what, I like that butterscotch color too. Butterscotch yellow. That's a pretty color. I've seen Chevelles in 66 that color, and they are just gorgeous. It's just, I'm not a big fan of bright yellow, but that's just toned down enough that, man, it's really pretty. It'll look good like that too. But tell me where I went wrong. Tell me what I did wrong. What did you do? And I know I mentioned this already. Another thing people say, I'm trying to remember everything that's been said, guys. People say, well, why didn't you make it, 3-speed? I'm sorry, it's a 3-speed on the column. You still got to shift it. 3 on the tree. I left it that way because I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool. But some people say, why didn't you, make it a 5-speed in the floor? I've had people tell me that. What? Well, Jimmy, you already had the pedals. Why didn't you just make it a 5-speed in the floor? Or Jimmy, why didn't you just put a 700R in it? All that kind of stuff. But well, maybe, I don't know, what would you have done if this was yours? Would you have kept it 3-speed on the column? I mean, yeah, you got to shift, but it's kind of unusual to even find a 3-speed on the column anymore, my opinion. I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot out there. Everything now is kind of automatic or 5 or 6-speed, whatever. But I mean, yeah, I wish it was if the hole had been cut, I'd have made it a 4-speed or 5-speed. But I mean, this truck was kind of, I don't know, kind of a unique item. The way it was with just 3-speed on the column. I mean, it's already there, it's already hooked up. Why not use it, right? I mean, that's my take on it. And besides that, all the things that we done, using Tim Dixon, his experience and know-how of metalworking and putting the exhaust on it, and all the other things, and all the things that Brian done on his channel, GM 1038, and his dad Charlie done, and Waylon. I mean, it all adds up. I mean, you can run up a tab really quick, and I tell you guys, they're my friends. I mean, they're my best friends. Tim and Waylon and Corey and of course GM 1038 Brian and his dad Charlie. I mean, we're all best friends. I'd trust them with anything. But at the same time, just because I'm getting stuff done on my truck or car, whatever, I mean, I still got to pay them. They're not doing all this stuff for free. I mean, I've got a lot of money in this truck. I've got a lot of money in Left Turn Bill and a lot of money in Billy James. I mean, to the point, I don't think I could get my money back, more than likely. I mean, what do you think this old truck's worth? I mean, what would you think? But anyway, and I'm not, don't let my voice make you think that I'm mad. I'm not mad. I mean, I'm tickled at this truck. If I hadn't wanted to have done this, I wouldn't have. But I just thought it's a cool truck. And, I was looking for typical things that I've never had one this body style, and I thought, well, I just kind of looked the truck over, and like I said, around the visors and stuff, was solid. The guy whoever had this truck in the beginning that was fixing this up, I guess he was going to junkyards and stuff and buying pieces. I mean, it's just all mismatched. I don't know how many trucks this truck's. Let's see how many. See, I'll say teal. Let's see, it had teal, black, orangish red. The motor's a 92, 350 Chevy truck motor. I mean, there's 4 trucks right there. Well, no, 72 frame. There's 5 trucks that I know of. That it's took to do this one. And the tailgate was some kind of color. I think it was black. The bed was red. The tailgate was black. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, I just never had one this body style before, And, you know, I thought, well, here's my chance. You know, here's my chance. It's a 2-wheel drive, and it's already 5 lug. I was looking at things like that. You know, it's got brand new brakes, everything. You know, disc brakes, and yeah, I got a ton of money in it, and I know I'll never get it back out. But you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. It won't be it won't be the first time somebody said, well, Jimmy, you don't make too good of decisions. But getting back to my original question on this video, what would you have done? Would you have made it 4-wheel drive? Would you have left it stock height with maybe put truck rallies on it? It had truck rallies on it. It had flat saw blades on it when I got it, flat tires. Come up with some rally wheels, you know, truck rallies, and they look good. But I just think this look here at the American Racing 20-inch wheels, I think it really made this old truck pop. Now, I really like those truck rallies on it, and it took me some convincing to get these, but my wife and Brian convinced me to, said, Jimmy said, this old truck could really pop if you just, you know, get these wheels. And, you know, to me too, getting these wheels, I think sometimes it helps to sell a truck. You know, if you've already got all this done. I mean, it's like how can I say this where I don't make anybody mad, but it's kind of like a girlfriend or, you know, girl you see or woman you see, whatever. She looks real pretty. I mean, you don't know if she'll run or not. I mean, you know, I'm talking about the truck. You don't know if she's rotten or not on the inside. Let me just say that. You don't know if she's rotten or not, if she'll start. Talking about the truck. But I mean, she sure is pretty. But I'm trying to make sure that this truck is pretty and runs good. Now, if you're in a patina style, that's something else. You might not like patina style. Some people don't. And if you don't, you know, this might not be the channel for you. But I happen to like patina style. It's, you know, like I said, I'm not doing all kinds of body work or buying new fenders or, you know, anything like that. I mean, it's just no shop truck, you know, go to parts truck hauler with just whatever, and, you know, still looks, you know, kind of cool too. Does that make sense? Probably not. I'm a little bit of a nut, aren't I? But y'all let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about the stickers, and you know, just let me know what you think about the whole truck. I know some people's disappointed because they've told me so, and you know, that's fine. That's your opinion. I understand. It's all good. I'm not mad at anybody. Everybody has an opinion on everything, and I do too. You know, I have an opinion too. So it just, and I don't mind saying, you know, hearing somebody say, well, you know, Jimmy, you messed up really bad on this one. You know, here's another truck you've messed up. Well, oh well. I mean, if nothing else, you know, with the way some folks think, or you know, leave me comments or something, you know, saying, Jimmy, you really screwed up another truck. Well, one thing I can say, it's up and running. It's back on the road. I've got tags and insurance on it, so it's up and going instead of just sitting in a barn or a garage for another 17 years, right? You know, I'm just trying to tell you what, you know, some of the things that I read, you know, people send me, you know, Jimmy, you sure did mess up a nice 66, you know. But, you know, that's okay. I mean, like I said, if nothing else, I got it up and going, and if one of these days someone else winds up with this truck, they can fix it like they want. They can change the wheels. They can do another paint job. They can do whatever, blah, 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 making an automatic, you know, whatever. But, you know, I was telling my wife yesterday, I said, I'm so glad we have this truck home now, you know, because I'm telling you guys, we were throwing money at it just as fast as we could throw money at this old truck just to get it back up on its feet. And but the original motor in it, that when I bought the truck, the original motor in it was supposed to have been a really expensive motor, and it probably was, but it was no good. It was no good. So then my buddy Brian come up with a 307 that was going to go in this truck, and come to find out it was no good. The crank was bad. So he pulled a crate motor out of a 92 Chevy truck that he bought. And that, you know what, that's a friend, isn't it? That is a friend. That's a real friend, because he was going to put that motor in something else of his. And you know what, guys, he sold it to me, because I was running out of options. I didn't have nothing else, so at that time. So he sold that motor to me, guys. And I've got some really outstanding friends with Brian. And if you'll subscribe to his channel, GM1038, and Tim Dixon, and all those guys that I've mentioned, guys, they're my friends. Like I said, I'll pay the same price as y'all do, but on anything that gets done. But they're just outstanding guys, and they're honest folks. And by golly, they'll give you the shirt off their backs if you needed it. And there's a few times I needed a shirt, so to speak. But anyway, let me know what you think, guys. I probably talked long enough, but I was wanting to show you those stickers. I was wanting to show you that thermos my wife found that thought that looked pretty good on in this old truck. And I don't know. You know, I just want to tell you, I guess some of the comments I get sometimes, it's never going to Beacom Auctions or Barrett Jackson, guys. It's just not going to do it. But you know, it's a good old truck, and you know, I like it. Starts every time, and you know, I'm just proud of it, I guess, just because I finally got it home here, I don't know, a month or two ago, whatever. And I'm just real proud of it. Now, whether you like it or not, you know, I guess that's on you. I guess either you do or you don't. So I thank you for watching, and you're watching Primer Is Best. My name's Jimmy. I'm also on Facebook, Primer Is Best, and Instagram, Primer Is Best. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget, and I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. Let me know what changes you would have made if you were building this truck. Let me know. Some people might have put a step side bed on it. I don't know. It came with the fleet side bed, so that's another thing that kind of attracted me, because I see it where if you ever do see one, most of the time it's a step side. Now, there's nothing wrong with a step side. I like step sides too. Truly, I do. I've had some, not 66, but anyway, 57s and stuff, you know. And let's see, what was it? 69 Chevy truck I had. I'm trying to think of all the step sides, but that don't matter. This was a fleet side, and that's another thing that attracted me to it. Some people would rather have a step side. Y'all let me know what you think. What would you have done different? What would you have done different? I was just trying to get it up, back on its feet, back on the road. Y'all have a blessed day. God is great. God is good. And I'm so blessed and happy to be alive. Y'all let me know what you think about this old 66 Chevy truck. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. You won't miss nothing. You won't. If you like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up, I sure would appreciate it. It's a hot day today. My goodness, I think I'm going to go in and grab a shower. Do the world a favor and grab a shower and maybe smell good for a while. I'll catch y'all in the next video, guys. Stay safe and God bless y'all. Please help those in need. Pray for others and say a good word to somebody. Say a good word. Show the Lord and people around you that you're a good person with a good heart, and you can make somebody's day, by saying something good to them. Hey, that pretty shirt you have on, or hey, can I get that door for you, ma'am? Can I carry your groceries? I do that whenever I go to the grocery store. If somebody's putting stuff in their car or truck or whatever, if they look like they need help, I say, ma'am, can I help you load your groceries? Can I get the buggy for you? Put it back up for you? You'd be surprised how many folks say, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. On a hot day like today especially, that's very appreciative. Y'all have a great day. God bless y'all. Catch y'all in the next one. Let me know what you think. See y'all later.